who are going to risk everything for glory.
Welcome to episode 8 of Bringing Winston Back. I'm Garage Guy Chase, and we're calling this one The Ocho. Not because of the movie Dodgeball, but kind of because of the movie Dodgeball, because it's a great movie, and ESPN 8 The Ocho is probably the channel that I would want to be a broadcaster for. Quite possibly the reason I started Garage Guys. Probably not, just kidding. A lot to unpack, a lot to talk about on this episode. Just got back from Viva La Vegas. That's Viva Las Vegas, for those of you that don't understand my language. I'm working on the same kind of language that Pootie Tang had, but except I actually speak. Just a lot to really talk about Las Vegas, and I'll get into all that. We have a special guest on this show, a Winston Cup Series notorious legend that many of you may not have ever heard of. He goes by the name of Kip Richolds. He drove the number 100 car for Team Pangus. It was a purple Pontiac. And he was known for wrecking the shit out of anyone and everyone in his way. Also had a very bad temper and just kind of wanted to fight anybody and everybody on the track. He only lasted one season, which was the 2002 season, before he was suspended after multiple reports proved that he was intentionally wrecking people. He was one of the masters that was able to pull off intentional wrecking and make it look accidental. So very strange character, but also a legend of his time. I've been playing with the character a lot on NASCAR Thunder 2002, so it kind of brought the attention to me, and I really just kind of wanted to get a little bit more of the story here on episode 8 of Bringing Winston Back. So we have that to talk about. The RePorT will be packed with some recaps from Las Vegas. Going to be talking a little bit about Homestead coming up this weekend, some of the odds. Seen a lot of you guys in the free Garage Guys Discord a little upset about the odds, and I get it. Trust me, that's why we got to make Gut Boi picks, and we got to stick with them. I've already got some of my picks up on the Action Network right now, so if you don't have that yet, just click the link in the bio. Go download that app. It's free. You'll see all of my NASCAR Cup Series picks. We only have literally 2 races after this weekend left in the season, which is pretty fucking sad. But you know what? We've been here before, and we'll get through it. Also, going to talk a little bit about F1, and I got some cool stuff up here on the board. Just wrote up BWB 8 The Ocho, Kip Richolds, Vegas Thoughts, Kyle versus Bubba. Don't worry, we're going to get into that. And F1 Does America. Also, shout out to Hooters. Use promo code GarageGuys right now if you go to Hooters, and you're going to save $10 on any $30 or more to-go order. That's right, if you get your order from order.hooters.com or from the Hooters app, you can save $10 on any $30 or more order. Pretty cool. So don't sleep. Use promo code GarageGuys. That offer is valid at participating locations for delivery and carry-out orders only. And you can also get it dine-in if you want to as well. $10 off any $40 order at Hooters. So promo code GarageGuys covers you in-house and out-house, but not out-house like a toilet, like out of the Hooters. That's what I meant. So, as we always do on this show, we're going to kick it off with Garage Guys NFTs. That's right. I also have a sticker laid up here. By the way, these are still on GarageGuysFantasySports.com. Go get your Garage Guys decal. Rep the brand. They're $5. Show us you love us. Show us you care. Grab one. I made the announcement last week that Garage Guys NFTs are for sale. You can buy those as well. They're $10. It's basically a donation, but it's a Garage Guys NFT. It's very valuable, highly valuable in the Garage Guys universe. But last week, we said we were going to give away this right here, the Christopher Bell, Big Bong Bell Garage Guy NFT. And so now, without further ado, I'm going to pick a winner for the Garage Guys NFT. You can bear with me 1 second while I get that pulled up. And while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and show you the new NFT for this week while I pick the winner for Big Bong Bell. The new Garage Guys NFT for this week is Dale Earnhardt and Steve Park talking about stuff. So right here on ESPN 8, The Ocho, Bringing Winston Back, not ESPN, just Bringing Winston Back, The Ocho. You can win this on BWB Episode 9. So this is the new Garage Guy NFT for Episode 9. Steve Park and Dale Earnhardt talking about stuff. So if you're a Dale Earnhardt fan or you're a Steve Park fan, Episode 9 is where you get the giveaway. And all you got to do is go to GarageGuysFantasySports.com, register for an account. It's literally that simple. Not any more complicated than that, because you guys know I try to make things not complicated, okay? I do my best, and I think I do a pretty damn good job, if I do say so myself. I know that if I was trying to get Garage Guys NFTs, if I didn't have, like, all of them, then I would probably already be registered. So that's just how things go. But this week, the winner of Big Bong Bell is gonna be, little drum roll, Jeremy Curran. Jeremy Curran, you have won the Garage Guy NFT Big Bong Bell. If I'm misspelling your name, I'm sorry. Again, it is Jeremy Curran, or Curran, Curran. You've won Big Bong Bell. It's coming to you, Jeremy. Thanks for being an official member of Garage Guys Fantasy Sports by registering online. So, this one is gone. That's the winner. It's a one of one. Every Garage Guys NFT is one of one. If you don't want to wait around to see if you'll get one to win, go to the website, buy one right now for $10. Buy a sticker while you're there. And again, Steve Park, Dale Earnhardt talking about stuff, Episode 9 of BWB. This will be the NFT that we give away. Again, jam-packed show. We're going to go ahead and kick off the report here soon. Got voicemails to unpack. Enjoy it. It's Bringing Winston Back. It's what we do, baby. Let's go. Hello, and welcome to the Garage Guy RePorT. It's the Garage Guys Report. Here to report on all things motorsports, mainly NASCAR, because That's really been the talk of the town. It's been the big vibe this week, if you will, and a lot to unpack from the South Point 400 in Las Vegas. We'll talk a little bit about the race coming up this weekend in Miami at Homestead, the Dixie Vodka 400. And we'll talk a little bit about F1, because they're doing America. They're not actually going to have sex with America. They're just coming to America to race at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Going to be a big weekend for Netflix people. So shout out to them. Also, towards the end of the report, I have a very special interview with Kip Richolds, driver of the number 100 Purple Pontiac for Team Pangus. So, going to be chatting with him, a very notorious NASCAR driver that ended his career very shortly after a bunch of allegations came out where he was intentionally wrecking drivers that he had beef with. Can't really do that at the top of motorsports. So we'll see, what's going on and what he's doing in his life, and mainly wanted to have him on the show to talk about the Kyle versus Bubba incident, how Bubba intentionally wrecked Kyle. I felt like it was an appropriate time to call upon Winston Cup Driver that went through that. So we'll get to hear from him, and again, it's an exclusive interview. No one has interviewed this man since 2002. I don't even know if he was really interviewed much then, because Team Pangus was a team that was started by him. So it's kind of crazy. But on today's report, let's go ahead and dive in to our voicemails as we always do. We had 3 voicemails this week, and that's mainly my fault. I didn't advertise like I normally do on Sundays and Mondays because I was coming back from Las Vegas. And with that being said, I think that with only 3 voicemails, we can hold off a bit, and I can just go ahead and tell you my thoughts on Las Vegas. They say Las Vegas is a town of dreams. They say Las Vegas is a town of hope, and a town where any old Joe Schmo can go there and leave with the riches of the world. I say that's bullshit. Las Vegas is a town of tricks and gimmicks, and there's nothing more to it. I went to Las Vegas for the first time in my life, ever, in my 30 years. I was there for 2 days, and I really only needed 1 day to fully explore it. And we talked about it a lot. Dale Tanhart and I both talked about it on the latest Garage Guys NASCAR podcast. I'm just going to sit here and say straight to you. If you're a gambler and you like to play card games and you like slot machines, congratulations. It's your same old song and dance that you would get at any other casino around the world, except for truck stop casinos. I have a very soft spot in my heart for truck stop casinos. I feel like that's probably where you could find me most of the time, losing $20 playing, like poker on one of those machines that the graphics aren't much different from that of a poker game you would buy at Walmart. But that's kind of the vibe in Las Vegas, really. It's like Disney World for gambling. They literally have prostitutes on the street. The one cool thing about it, I will say, is that you can smoke marijuana legally. I got to check out a dispensary. Planet 13 was the name of it, and literally just got to see weed galore. It was pretty awesome. So, highly recommend that if you are a cannabis user, or you just want to be able to go somewhere where you won't get in any trouble for smoking marijuana by the cops, go check out Nevada. Also, it's in the middle of the desert. The movies don't lie. And I'm a big fan of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the movie Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci. Recently rewatched Ocean's 11 as well, which is a great heist movie, how they robbed Las Vegas. That's fiction. There's no way in hell that you're getting out of that town alive. The amount of people that are on those streets, and just the thought of trying to run with duffel bags full of money down that road, you would die. There is no place in that town that is like unsketchy. The only place that I found that is unsketchy is Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That's right. And it's far the fuck away from the Strip. It is a great track. I've always loved the races at Vegas, and getting to go there, and I actually spent more time at the track than I did on the Strip, thank God. And I will say this, I'm in love with Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I want to go, and I will endure the shit on the Strip year in and year out just to get to go to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The race was great. It sucked for bets, but you know what? Joey Logano proved that he's a man and that he can win. And I know that we had one voicemail that was excited about Joey winning. If you can guess, it was probably Discord Trevor. So, I want to unpack the Kyle versus Bubba deal. I'll give my thoughts on it. I've already given my thoughts. If you've listened to the Garage Guys NASCAR podcast, you've heard them. I'll give a quick rerun of that. And then we'll talk a little F1 going into this weekend. And we will talk a little bit about the Dixie Vodka 400 as well. But let's go ahead and crack open the voicemails for this show now that I've got my spiel of Las Vegas out and told you about the tricks and everything else they have going on in those neck of the woods. So now we're going to go ahead and let's just kick it off with Discord Trevor. Let's do that.
What's up, y'all? Discord Trevor calling. I just wanted to say, how about Joey's fucking Rockets? Straight took off on the field. Fucking Wolf got them dialed in. Coleman, his eyes in the sky. They cannot fucking lose this year. 22-22. Also, Denny Hamlin is still a fucking bitch.
Thanks for calling, Trevor. It will never cease to amaze me that every week I can almost expect for you to call Denny Hamlin a bitch, even though I don't personally think he is, but you have your right to your opinion, and I still love you for it. Joey Logano, though, 22 for 22, that actually makes sense. You know, I'm a big narrative guy, so when I think about things like that, I'm like, maybe I need to be paying a little more attention to this 22 and 22 thing. So I agree. I like that. I might have to go look at the futures. Thanks again for calling, Trevor. Moving right along to our next voicemail, we had a call come in from our good pal, Curtis McDuffie. Let's see what Curtis had to say. And by the way, if you don't know who Curtis McDuffie is, you haven't watched any of these episodes, so go back and watch them.
You know what, Garage Guys, Garage Guys Hotline. I'm here calling you from the Alamo. This is Curtis, of course. And my take here on Bubba Wallace. I don't think he should have been suspended at all. Because you look back at Carl Edwards. He turned around Keselowski at Atlanta. I don't remember what year, but he damn flipped him over. He damn near killed the man, and they damn near didn't even suspend the man from a race. So I'll tell you what, I don't have faith in the industry anymore. I'm going to protest on NASCAR. I'm going to get Bubba in a seat. I'm going to buy him new race car. I'm gonna set him up. I'm gonna set him up in my own car, my own super speedway, Curtis McDuffie, 500. Anytime he needs, I got a test track in the back of my yard, in the back of my it's a long field. I made it a dirt track. I run Curtis McDuffie races there. And I'll tell you what, that's about it. I'm going now. All right, bye.
Curtis, your calls are the best. Thank you so much for calling in. I have yet to see anybody with just the passion of Curtis McDuffie And I want to see it. I need more people. You know the number, 504-512-4997. I shouldn't even have to tell you on social media to call it. You should be calling this number every week regardless. 504-512-4997. I made it easy so you could remember it. It's psychology. But Curtis, my man, you know, everybody's got their opinion, and I'll say that, you know, you don't think he should have been suspended. That's fine, because of you had backing. There was none of these other guys got suspended. So, I mean, you kind of serve a point. However, I am very inclined to want to help this venture, the Curtis McDuffie 500. I think that could be something. I really do. And I think that if you've got the resources and the time, I'll make time. I feel like that should be a thing. The Curtis McDuffie 500. We're going to put that one in the saddlebag for the ride as we continue on this journey that we call life in Garage Guy world. Curtis, thanks so much for calling. It was good stuff. Last call we have is going to be Brady from Mississippi.
What's up, Garage Guys? Chase. This is Brady from Mississippi. Really enjoyed the race this weekend. I kind of forgot how much I liked Las Vegas. Really fast racetrack. I honestly forgot how fast they're going. I think one time I saw them, I think it was saying like around like 195. I honestly didn't think they would go that fast on intermediates. But yeah, super cool. I know you said last weekend don't hate on the road courses and short tracks, but I don't know, man. It's kind of hard not to when you have such all these, you know, great races that are happening on these mile and a half. Big oval guy here. Love the ovals. Lots of drama, lots of good racing. I am a Bubba Wallace fan, and I'm pretty disappointed in his actions. You know, I was going to let the week kind of go out to see what the data was going to say, if he gassed it or turned into him. Coming out now, it's pretty obvious what he did, which is super disappointing because it gives the all the Bill Hackenmans of the world just, you know, lots of ammunition for drivers like Bubba, and, you know, it's sad to see comments like that in the sport that really should be more accepting of differences than the similarities of the other drivers. Big shout out to Kyle Larson. Gained a lot of respect for that dude this weekend. Really showed true class. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. All this Bringing Winston Back stuff, man, it really makes me want to go to the store and buy cigarettes. I'm not even going to lie to you. I've been trying to quit. Pretty difficult, especially with all this Bringing Winston Back stuff. Love the vibes. It's been a long time since I had me a Winston cigarette. Usually smoke Camels, but yeah, I might go get a Winston pretty soon. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that this weekend. Pump for Miami. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Talk to you later, Chase.
Anytime, Brady, anytime. Thanks so much for calling. Brady from Mississippi. And I just want to say one thing. I smoke Camels too, Brady. I smoke Camel Crushes. Okay? So don't go thinking you got to switch. Just because we're bringing Winston back doesn't mean I'm actually talking about cigarettes. I got a pack up there that literally I opened up, but I literally only smoked one of them. And I'm saving that pack because at some point in life I will go through that pack. But aside from tobacco use, XXII, 22nd Century Group, I'm not a stockbroker. I just like the stock. But I will say this. Everything that you said was right, you know, as far as the intermediates was good racing, ovals create good racing. That's true. Short tracks and road courses, yeah, they've kind of sucked this year. I'm talking about historically. But no, Vegas was a fucking great race. I enjoyed it. Even though I lost my ass on that race, I loved every second of watching Joey Logano just whip around that track. It was fucking phenomenal. with Bubba and Kyle, I feel like this is a good spot for us to go ahead and transition into that, right? So we've already heard what Curtis McDuffie had to say about it, and we'll just follow up here off of Brady's call. You know, Kyle Larson, personally and unprofessionally, I'd have loved to see some hands thrown. I think it would have been really cool if that would have happened. It didn't happen, though. However, I will only support it if he wants to fight. And I would hope that maybe he had taken the time to, you know, take some fighting lessons or watch Fight Club or something else, you know? It only makes sense, right? If you can't fight, don't fight. But as far as what happened on the track, I just want to go ahead and let it be known that I don't support those kind of things. You know, you're going really fast. That's a weapon. It's happened multiple times in NASCAR. Should NASCAR have suspended them? Should they have not? It's not my call. I'm not NASCAR. I'm just a guy. But I will say that I think that they made the right call by doing this and setting a new precedent. And Dale Earnhardt's been very outspoken about it as well. He's got a pretty cool video up right now, and he also talked about it on the podcast. His idea that he has, you know, for them to set the rule, kind of make it like targeting in college football. I think it's a smart thing, and I think they should do that. And that's going to show people that it's not about the money, it's not about points. We will take you out of a car. You will not get to do your job. And I think that right there alone will make some guys wake up, and they're not going to want to retaliate, and they'll learn to leave their emotions at the door, because you have to leave your emotions at the door. You know, the interview that we're going to have soon with Kip Richolds wasn't a guy that left his emotions at the door. He learned, he moved on. But I digress from that. Brady, I just want to say thanks again for calling. I appreciate it. If you're having trouble quitting smoking, don't blame me for your problems. That's all I have to say. That was voicemails, though, and I love you, Brady. By the way, don't take it personally. But that was our voicemail. So let's go ahead and dive in a little bit to the upcoming races this weekend, starting with the Dixie Vodka 400. Right now, as I've said multiple times on the show, go to the Action app. You can see my bets for this race. I'm going to give you one freebie right here. Plus 3,000, Noah Gragson. That's right. Dat boy Noah Gragson. This kid can rip top. He's been known to rip top in the 9 car in the Xfinity. David Starr decided that he wanted to pull some bullshit a couple years ago. We're still kind of in the grave over that one. But he's in the 48 car. He's in a Hendrick car. And I think that he has a solid shot at a top 10. The top 10 odds on Noah Gragson are plus 100. I feel like we were just talking about Noah Gragson on episode 7. But now here we are again, episode 8. This is a race that I would want him in for sure, because he knows how to stick to the wall, and he loves Homestead, and he said it multiple times. Why not put a little sprinkle on him? My other 2 bets that I have up right now, yes, I have 2 outrights already up right now on the Action app. Go there. Just go and follow. Okay? Thanks. Also, check out the Discord, which is free, and GarageGuysFantasySports.com. Greg Mathern has a great article up right now. He's got a bet that he's written up and an article kind of showcasing the race this weekend in Homestead. It's going to be fun. We're going to Miami, and Beniba Habiemi, or however the fuck you say that. Will Smith sung it in a song. Aside from that, F1. We're back talking about F1. I didn't really talk about F1 last week on the RePorT, and that was because I was a little weirded out and perturbed by how it all ended. So apparently Max Verstappen is the champion of 2022, and they're still racing. Kind of weird, but I guess that's rules are rules. I bet on my boy Charles Leclerc, or Charles Leclerc as I like to call him, and he did not show up. He devastated in high fashion. But I think this is something cool, right? This is something cool to be on the lookout for, is that now Max has won this championship. He's going to keep being fast and whatnot, but this opens up some opportunities and some doors for him not to worry about maybe failing as much. I don't know. Maybe his focus will be on different things like popping champagne bottles or, playing iRacing with his little square wheel. I don't know what he does in his spare time. I'm not his friend. But I know he doesn't wear jorts. So I'm just going to continue betting on Charles Leclerc because that's my guy now. I'm a Charles Leclerc guy, big red guy, Ferrari guy, Ray-Ban guy. That's right. I brought these out for the RePorT from here on out. The Club Masters are in. Regular glasses are out. If you can't see good, it sucks. A bet that I do like, though, and this is a total Gut Boi bet. It's going to be a top 6 bet for F1. Okay, and this is the Gut Boi F1 bet for the USA GP or whatever the fuck it's called. F1 Does America. I'm going with my boy Danny R. Daniel Ricciardo. Okay? He's plus 500 for a top 6, and I'm riding that one to the bank. He may not get it, and if he doesn't, that's okay. You know why? Because that boy loves some Dale Earnhardt. He's an Australian guy. He loves Dale Earnhardt, and he's coming to America like Eddie Murphy in the movie. So anytime that happens, I want to bet on Danny. All right? So that's where my money's flowing this week. Those are 2 free bets that I just gave you, and an additional one if you want to take the Noah Gragson top 10. But this has been the Garage Guy Report for episode 8, the Ocho. And now, I am proud to welcome on driver of the number 100 Purple Pontiac for Team Pangus, Kip Richolds. Kip, thanks so much for joining me, man. You know, I know I've already introduced you, but I feel like it's just very important for you to introduce yourself as well, just for anybody watching this that may not know who you really are.
Hello, I'm Kip Richolds. I'm a retired NASCAR driver. I drove the number 100 Purple Pontiac for Team Pangus. Familiarly known as one of the more notorious drivers for NASCAR in the early 2000s.
Yeah, if not the notorious driver of 2002.
Yes, and also one of the only drivers from the state of Alaska.
Yep, I can't forget that either. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace. What are your thoughts on this whole ordeal? And I'm really curious to know, whose side you're on this thing. If you're on either side, or just your general thoughts on the whole situation.
Absolutely. You know, there's a lot to talk about with this situation between Kyle and Bubba, and I tend to relate to Bubba a bit in this situation. If you'd like, before I could give a little backstory on myself and how I came into the NASCAR world.
Yeah, sure, Kip, that's fine. That is completely fine.
I just want to begin for any retired NASCAR drivers that may be watching this program. I did prepare a note. Had some things I wanted to get off my chest. It's been a very long time since anyone has reached out or anything from the NASCAR world.
You are fine, I promise.
These are some things that I would like to say. I want to start it with some apologies. First things first, I want to apologize to Mark Martin for putting real Viagra in his car at Dover in 2002. I feel that if that wouldn't have happened, maybe he'd have had a little more points cushion to win a championship. Also, I'd like to apologize to Sterling Marlin for the wreck at Richmond in 2002. I do not apologize for pissing in his race shoes after he cup checked me at Las Vegas. I would also like to apologize to Dale Jarrett for the wreck at Daytona and saying special delivery to him on the radio. Ricky Rudd, you are still on my SHIT list. Can I say shit?
Yeah, no, Kip, you're fine. Keep going. You can cuss.
Okay. For Slide slapping me at Pocono. It was a tough one. I could have finished fourth, and he did not allow it. I also want to say, Kurt Bunce, I am so proud of you. You're like the brother I never had. And he made the night, but he took advice from me when he was driving that 97 car for rounds. I also would like to say Ward Burton can kiss my ass, my ass.
Wait, what did Ward do? I have to ask. This is a lot that you're throwing here, and not just for me, but I'm sure for everybody watching this as well, Kip.
He put a snake in my car in Daytona when I was my first time racing in Daytona, and that's why the wreck happened with Dale Jarrett. I was trying to catch up to him. The damn snake done crawled up and then hit me on my side of my leg, and I said, oh shit, there's a snake in the car. So, of course, I was a little scared, and I ended up, just kind of bumping Dale. I just want to get that off my chest. Chase, thank you for letting me talk about that here on your show.
Kip, everything that you just said right there, I know was from the heart. It was just so much to unpack, and I know probably not just for me, but for anybody else watching this. And
yeah, I recognize that. I understand that.
We're gonna have to get you back on the show to hear more about this.
Yes, I like that very much. Maybe someday soon we can reminisce and talk a little deeper about my career as a NASCAR driver for Team Pangus, because this is just such a big opportunity for Team Pangus and the Team Pangus name.
You know what? On second thought, I had kind of a plan for this interview, Kip, and I'm just, you know what? I just want you to just talk and just speak your mind. You know what the topic at hand is with Kyle and Bubba. It's been so long since you've had a chance to publicly speak, so just please, you have the floor.
Excuse me, I'm gonna grab myself a Sprite.
Yeah, no worries. Go right ahead.
I'm having a little trouble reaching. God damn.
This guy is fucking.
Thank you for your patience.
Absolutely. This is wild. This is nuts.
I was a driver in the NASCAR series in the early 2000s. I was not a very well-liked driver. Okay? Was not a well-liked driver whatsoever. And I did some things mainly because I knew that I was the only driver in the field from Alaska. And I had to put the state on my shoulders. And I had to get in the car. And every time I was in that car, I had to remember, I might not have as much money as these guys. I may be a little different from these guys. The way I talk, people always talk about how I talk a little different. And people like to just make assumptions that I'm different from everyone else. But I'm the same as everyone. I'm just from Alaska. So I feel that I can relate in a sense to Bubba because of that and the anger that will grow inside of you as a driver in the field. So 9 times out of 10, if I was in a poor situation, I was not a good qualifier. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I wasn't the best qualifier, so I would always fall to the rear. That made me to where I had to make moves. I had to do something to push myself further. And sometimes I may have gotten a little hot-tempered and turned the car too. But I did it in a way to where no one could really see it and tell that, it was a whoops-a-daisy, and you can't really control a whoops-a-daisy. I got a mush team here, do a lot of dog sledding in Alaska. And, sometimes the canines will get a little angry and they want to nip and bite at the other dogs, and it will cause a sledder to fall back, and the other one will keep going. That's how I was raised. There's nothing really wrong there. It's just how I was raised. And so when I got into the car, that's just how I drove, and that's what I kept in my mind. I was just out there racing the dogs on the sled in the snow.
Right.
In this particular situation, Bubba felt wrong, my cow. And when you look at the replay, you can see there that, there was some retaliation, of course, but you could tell that, Bubba was just really upset. And sometimes emotions can be high, on the racetrack.
Well, Kip, I will say that I'm pretty sure that I speak for everyone when I say we all saw how Bubba felt when he got out of the car and approached Kyle pretty much ready for a fight.
I'm just coming on here to say that maybe we're being a little too quick to judge.
Yeah, but it was a pretty irresponsible move by Bubba, and he even apologized for it, so I think we can both agree on that.
Maybe Kyle Larson should have thought twice, and he should have knocked him back, should have gave him a good socking, a good socking or two in the head. And that's not something that, maybe is supported in today's world. I live in Alaska. I don't really understand what's happening in the world, Maybe it would have woke Bubba up a bit and he would have said, oh man, I shouldn't have did that. I could have hurt him, and it took me a long time to really get to that point.
Do you think what NASCAR did was the right thing to do with the one race suspension for Bubba?
I'm not one to sit here and say that it was right or it was wrong. I'm just here to say that I understand the frustrations, and I've turned a lot of cars in my day. I've ruined people's days. They had to go home to their wife and their kids and said, well, there's that Kip Richolds coming on from Team Pangus. Here he comes. And they would get out the way because they knew. And back then, I was a little, I was kind of big-headed. I got a little in over my shoulders or my head to understand that they weren't moving because they were scared of me. They were moving because they didn't want to get wrecked. They didn't want their car to get hurt because they knew. I really feel that, once I was suspended, my license was taken away and I had to move back to Alaska, it really sunk in once I got back home and all I had was an igloo and a coat of buffalo made by one of my friends here in Alaska. He is an Eskimo, and he made it for me when I was racing the dogs on the sled. So it really sunk in at that moment. Like, I'm probably never going back. So I've been working here in my shop. I'm trying to, I got some old equipment and things, and a nice refrigerator here, some Sprite, and I'm just trying to make my way in life. And I just think that that's really all that Bubba and Kyle, it's a big analogy, right? It's a big show. And they're trying to just make their way and find their way. They're young. They're just some young drivers, and they're trying to figure things out. I just think that we can all be a little too quick to judge sometimes.
Well, Kip, unfortunately, it looks like we have reached the time limit for the interview. But just know this, you are one of the most interesting people I think that I've ever spoke to in my life, and I will definitely be in touch to hear more about these stories from the Winston Cup era earlier when you were racing, and just to learn more about you and your life and growing up, and it's just also fascinating. I just can't thank you enough for taking the time to be on the show.
Do you think that there may be an opportunity for me to speak again here in the future?
Absolutely.
I would like that very much, Mr. Garage Guy, or Chase. I would like that very much. I'd like to come back on the show to talk and educate on what is right and what is wrong on the racetrack. And I feel that I myself, am a person that could really shed some light, is someone who has learned a hard lesson in life. I think the dogs are barking, Garage Guy. Chase, I'm going to have to get out of here. I got to go make sure they ain't trying to, kill one another to keep themselves warm. It's a little nippy out there, so I got to get going.
Hey, that sounds like a plan. Look, thanks again, Kip. I really appreciate it.
I'll see y'all later. Thanks so much for having me, Garage Guy. Remember, Kip Richolds is the name. The driver of the number 100 Purple Pontiac for Team Pangus, representing the Team Pangus name. And the next time I come on the show, I'll be very happy to educate y'all more on Team Pangus, how it started, and how it came to be known in the early 2000s. Take care.
Well, if it ain't the NASCAR champion, Young Money, Kyle Larson himself. Yeah, that's right, I know who you are. I saw that race on Sunday too. I watched you get your ass tossed around like a toddler at recess. Bubba, don't hit me. That ain't how Donnie and Kale would have done it. You bitch made, Kyle. But it's alright. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna teach you how to fight. I'm gonna teach you how to rumble. I'm gonna teach you how to scrap. I'm going to show you to take control of your life. Change it completely. That way when Bubba Wallace comes shoving, you can answer. I'm Tiller Dirtbag, and this is Race Wars.
I don't want to fight Bubba. He's my friend.
There are no friends, Kyle. This is grown man shit.
You can hear me?
Now, rule number 1 of Race Wars.
Yeah, don't talk about Race Wars.
No. It's take your fucking helmet off. Rule number 2 of Race Wars. Don't talk about Race Wars. All the legends of the sport have been through our ring. We showed Jeff Gordon how to throw haymakers on Jeff Burton. You heard that story of Dale Earnhardt breaking his hand on that dude's face for shooting his deer? Yeah, he learned that in a Donnybrook behind the Deerhead shop. We taught all the bad boys in NASCAR. Robbie Gordon, Tony Stewart, Greg Biffle. Shit, Kevin Harvick revolutionized the game. He taught us the deck lid aerial assault. That Harvick got hops. Rusty Wallace, gotta throw him out. Only bitches throw water bottles. And of course we have our newest member, young Sam Mayer, living proof of rule number 1. Take your fucking helmet off. Now, Kyle, I'm going to need you to train harder than you've ever had in your life. I need you to go outside, be one with nature, be ready for any attack. I need you to punch harder, kick higher. I need you to be on edge in your own house, but as calm as an Hindu cow all at the same time. It's up to you, Kyle. How bad do you want it?
I feel great, Tiller. I've never felt this good in my entire life. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to fight Bubba.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Bubba Wallace? No, you can't fight him. He graduated top of his class. He'll rock your shit. You'd probably take on Joey Logano or somebody like that, but not Bubba.
Oh.
Yeah. But hey, Kyle, listen. I'm proud of you.
Really?
No. Look, this is only the beginning, man. There's still a lot of work to do. But I gotta go. Kyle Busch just called me. It was about Ty Gibbs. I gotta go teach Buddy from The Incredibles rule number 1.
Take your helmet off?
Yeah, that's right. Take your fucking helmet off.
And that, my friends, is a show. Episode 8 of Bringing Winston Back is coming to a close. Hope you enjoyed the interview with Kip Richolds. Hope you learned a little bit about him, and who knows, maybe he'll return on BWB. I'm sure that Kip's got a lot of time on his hands. We got to figure out something for him, right? Maybe so. We'll see. It depends on what you think. Let me know what you think about Kip in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and tell at least one person you know about Bringing Winston Back today. If you think that they like sketch comedy, if you think that they just like goofy, wild shit, if you know that they like NASCAR, why not? Literally, we got all the elements, okay? So, again, go to GarageGuysFantasySports.com. Make sure you buy a sticker, buy a Garage Guys NFT. All that money goes to help us at Garage Guys keep doing awesome shit that you want to see and that we want to do. Ideas, put them in the comments. Go to GarageGuysFantasySports.com. Make an account. Join the Discord. It's free. We literally have so many resources for everybody out there that either loves sports betting and is with us for that reason or just loves the vibe that we put out week in and week out. I hope it's a collection of all of it, okay? I hope you bag tourneys. I hope that you stack cash betting on NASCAR this weekend. Again, go check my bets on Action Network. Shout out to Jeremy for Big Bong Bell. Jeremy Caron, you won Big Bong Bell. Don't miss episode 9. Literally got another NFT each week. We're going to keep giving them away. And, of course, shout out to Hooters as well. Can't have a show without saying shout out to Hooters. Again, you know what the promo code is, Garage Guys. $10 on any $30 or more to-go order. $10 off any $40 or more dine-in order. Offer valid at participating locations for delivery, carry-out, dine-in orders only. That's how it goes. That's how it be. Episode 8, the Ocho of Bringing Winston Back, has reached its close. Thank you, as always, for watching, and I appreciate it. And now, my phone's ringing. This was like the perfect way to end the show. Of course, it's my beautiful wife. I'm gonna answer it, and then I'm just gonna answer it and say Motorsports, baby. Motorsports, baby. Hey, what's up? It we.